Imagine a dish that captures the vibrant flavors of Italy, combining the freshness of a classic bruschetta topping with the comforting richness of a creamy chicken entree. Creamy bruschetta chicken brings together the best of both worlds, creating a meal that is as satisfying as it is impressive. This dish isn't just about taste, it's about the experience of layers: juicy, seasoned chicken, a silky sauce, and a burst of tomato and basil that echoes the heart of Mediterranean cuisine. Let's begin with the foundation: the chicken. Start with boneless, skinless chicken breasts, each piece patted dry to ensure a golden sear. Before cooking, season both sides generously with salt, freshly ground black pepper, and a hint of Italian herbs. Think oregano, basil, and maybe a touch of garlic powder. The goal is to infuse the meat with flavor even before it meets the pan. Heat a large skillet over medium-high heat, adding a drizzle of olive oil to coat the bottom. As the oil shimmers, carefully lay the chicken breasts into the pan, allowing each piece enough space to develop a beautiful caramelized crust. Resist the urge to move them too soon. Let them sear undisturbed for several minutes. This process locks in juices and forms a savory outer layer that will contrast perfectly with the creamy sauce to come. When the undersides are golden brown, flip the chicken and cook the other side until done, about 6 to 8 minutes per side, depending on thickness. Once cooked through, juices running clear and the center no longer pink, remove the chicken from the skillet and set it aside, covered, to rest. With the chicken resting, it's time to build the creamy sauce. In the same skillet, lower the heat and add a small pat of butter and a splash of olive oil. Toss in a few cloves of minced garlic, sautéing just until fragrant, taking care not to let it burn. The aroma of garlic will begin to fill your kitchen, setting the stage for what's to come. Next, pour in a bit of chicken broth to deglaze the pan, scraping up any browned bits left behind by the chicken. These bits are packed with flavor and will enrich the sauce. Now for the creaminess. Slowly stir in heavy cream, letting it meld with the broth and garlic. As the mixture begins to simmer, sprinkle in freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Whisk gently, watching as the cheese melts and the sauce thickens to a luscious, velvety consistency. At this point, taste and adjust seasoning as needed, perhaps a pinch more salt or a twist of black pepper. If you like a hint of tang, a splash of balsamic vinegar or a squeeze of lemon can brighten the flavors. While the sauce simmers, prepare the bruschetta topping. Dice ripe tomatoes, preferably Roma or cherry for their sweetness and firmness. Toss them with finely chopped red onion, fresh basil leaves, a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, a splash of balsamic vinegar, and a sprinkle of salt and pepper. Let this mixture sit for a few minutes, allowing the flavors to meld and the tomatoes to release their juices. Now, return the chicken breasts to the skillet, nestling them gently into the creamy sauce. Spoon a generous heap of the fresh bruschetta topping over each piece, letting the tomatoes and basil contrast with the rich cream below. Cover the pan briefly, just to warm the tomatoes slightly, and allow all the flavors to come together. As you plate the creamy bruschetta chicken, spoon extra sauce around each portion, letting it pool invitingly. The colors are stunning: the white cream, the red and green of the bruschetta, the golden chicken. Finish with a final sprinkle of Parmesan and a scattering of torn basil leaves for freshness. This dish pairs beautifully with simple sides. Think al dente pasta, fluffy rice, or even a crusty loaf of bread to mop up every drop of sauce. Roasted vegetables or a crisp green salad make excellent accompaniments, offering a balance to the richness on the plate. As you cut into the chicken, you'll notice how tender and juicy it is, thanks to the initial sear and the gentle finish in the sauce. Each bite is a harmony of flavors: the umami depth of Parmesan, the creamy richness of the sauce, the sharp brightness of balsamic, and the fresh, herbaceous notes of basil and tomato. The bruschetta topping isn't just a garnish, it's an essential component, adding freshness and acidity that lift the entire dish. What makes creamy bruschetta chicken truly special is its versatility. You can tailor it to suit your tastes and dietary needs. For a lighter version, substitute half and half or evaporated milk for the heavy cream, or use Greek yogurt for a tangy twist. Vegans and vegetarians can swap the chicken for grilled portobello mushrooms or thick slices of eggplant, using plant-based cream and cheese alternatives. For those who love heat, a pinch of crushed red pepper flakes in the sauce or the bruschetta topping adds a gentle kick. This recipe is also a fantastic make-ahead option for busy evenings. The bruschetta topping can be prepared a day in advance, allowing the flavors to deepen. The chicken can be cooked ahead and gently reheated in the sauce, ensuring a stress-free dinner when you need it most. Beyond its practicality, creamy bruschetta chicken is a celebration of simple ingredients coming together to create something extraordinary. It's a reminder that comfort food doesn't have to be heavy or monotonous. By layering textures and flavors, you can craft a meal that feels both indulgent and refreshing. Imagine serving this dish at a family gathering or a dinner party with friends. The aroma alone will draw everyone to the table, eager to taste what you've created. It's a dish that invites conversation, whether about travels to Italy, favorite comfort foods, or the satisfaction of cooking something beautiful from scratch. The beauty of this meal lies not just in its taste, but in the memories it can help create. Picture a warm evening, laughter echoing through the kitchen, the scent of garlic and basil mingling in the air. As plates are passed and stories shared, creamy bruschetta chicken takes its place at the heart of the table, a testament to the joy of home-cooked food. For those who love to experiment, consider variations that reflect the seasons. In summer, add sweet corn or diced zucchini to the bruschetta topping. In winter, try sun-dried tomatoes and wilted spinach for a deeper, earthier flavor. A sprinkle of toasted pine nuts or a few shavings of pecorino romano can add a delightful crunch and extra complexity. Even the leftovers are a treat. Sliced cold, the chicken makes a delicious sandwich filling, especially tucked into a crusty baguette with a little of the sauce and bruschetta. Or dice it up and toss with pasta for a quick, flavorful lunch. Ultimately, creamy bruschetta chicken is more than just a recipe. It's an invitation to enjoy the pleasures of cooking and eating well. It encourages you to use the freshest ingredients you can find, to pay attention to each step, and to savor the results. Whether you're an experienced cook or a kitchen novice, this dish is approachable, adaptable, and always rewarding. So, next time you're looking for a meal that's both comforting and bright, rich yet refreshing, remember creamy bruschetta chicken. It's a dish that brings people together, delights the senses, and reminds us that sometimes the simplest combinations are the most memorable.